Welcome back to the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be making our broccoli and cheese soup. Again, before you begin cooking, make sure you have your parents' permission and you do it under their supervision. And you want to make sure you've read your recipe and you have all of your ingredients gathered in order to do it. So in our pan, we're going to add 1 stick of butter. And allow that to begin to melt. And what we're going to be doing is making a white sauce called a velouté. This is almost like the process that we used when we made our cheese sauce. I'm going to add some onions to this. I'm going to let those slowly cook in our butter. And the smell of the onions and the butter just smells really amazing. We're just going to do a little pinch of black pepper. And then a little pinch of salt. One stick of butter equals a half cup. So we're going to do equal parts butter and flour. And this is what we refer to as being a roux. But we're going to continue to let our onions cook just a little bit longer so that way we don't have that big old bite in the onions. Add our flour. And this is our thickening agent. I'm going to let that cook for about 1 to 2 minutes to kind of get rid of that raw flour taste. But again, we don't want this to brown, because if it browns, then we change the color of our soup altogether. And that's what we don't want to happen. So we're going to reduce our temperature, and then we're going to add our chicken stock. And this is homemade chicken stock. I made this yesterday. And this is where we have our velouté. Because now we've added chicken stock to our roux. And we're going to allow this to thicken gradually. Alright, so we're starting to thicken up here, so I'm going to reduce the temperature because again, we don't want this to burn any. So we're going to reduce the temperature because if it starts scorching at the bottom, then we'll start to taste that, and we don't want that to happen. And so we're constantly stirring. And in fact, I'm going to switch to a rubber spatula. And here we're going to add our milk to our soup at this point. Which is going to bring down the temperature just a little bit. as well. So at this point we have broccoli soup. And this is where we could have used our leftover broccoli from when we did our broccoli and cauliflower. We could use that to create our soup. And then we're going to finish off our soup with a little cheese. And we're going to allow that to cook until it comes up to until it thickens again. Now your recipe doesn't call for this, but I like to add just a little heavy whipping cream to my soup just to give it some richness and some depth of flavor. So just a little bit will do ya. And then you want to take a few seconds and make sure everything is seasoned the way you want it to be seasoned for your soup. It's good. You can use a little black pepper, so we're just going to sprinkle just a little black pepper. Being that it's a white soup, you could use white pepper, but white soups are, white pepper can be a little bit spicy, so we tend not to use it as much. And then you just want to make sure you check the temperature of your soup. You want to make sure it's at least at 135. Held for 15 seconds. And right now we are at 164. And the reason why we want to make sure that we check our temperature because we used a meat stock in order to make our soup. And so we don't want to send our soup out in a cold manner. One, nobody wants cold soup. Two, because we use the protein to build our soup. We don't want to make anybody sick from a foodborne illness.